So I've always wanted to shoot hairstyling like up close and personal. Like something about it is just really cool, you know, like an art form. It's like you're trying to exude someone's personality through hairstyling, and I've always wanted to capture that. So filming in that studio was kind of challenging. I mean, I didn't really have room to bring in some lights, and I didn't really want to. I kind of wanted to capture the entire session as natural as possible. So I kind of just stood back and put the Sigma 85 on my A7 III and put that whole setup on the Zhiyun Crane 2S gimbal. The studio itself was really cool, but also kind of small. But I really wanted that separation from the foreground and the background because I wanted to focus on Austin and just him focusing, just cutting hair. But I also wanted to focus on the details, like the hair, the scissors, the clippers, and all that stuff. So in order for me to focus on that, I just set the aperture ring to f1.4 on the Sigma 85 and shot the entire thing at f1.4. Shooting at f1.4 is kind of tricky, but the autofocusing system on the A7 III is just top notch, and so I didn't really worry about that. And what's great about that camera, if you are familiar with it, is the touch to focus feature, and that really helped me focus on certain details of the shot. Plus, shooting at f1.4 just really isolates the subject, the foreground, you know? It just blurs out that background so much so, especially at 85mm, and makes you focus on the subject and the details, which is what I really wanted to capture. I of course used the Zhiyun Crane 2S gimbal, which is awesome, so that really enabled me to film really smooth shots, especially at 85mm at f1.4. I think for something like this, it's really all about the details. It's less about like the surroundings, but more about the hair, the scissors, the clippers, extreme close-up shots of the eyes as they're focusing on cutting the hair. So I think for me, that was like the key, focusing on the details and also isolating the subject from the background. The Sigma 85 1.4 is a pretty lightweight lens. I mean, there's some weight to it because there's like really nice high quality glass, but overall it's not like distractingly heavy. The lens features buttons that everyone is familiar with. There's an autofocus manual focus switch. There's an autofocus lock button, which you can customize for any function you want. There's a click switch and a declick switch if you want your aperture to click or declick. Here's what it sounds like clicked. And here's what it sounds like declicked. Smooth. There's also one button that I really love, and that is the aperture lock button. Since the aperture is controlled by the lens itself by turning the aperture ring, you can actually lock at a specific aperture if you don't want the aperture to change when it's in your bag. For me, that's actually pretty helpful because I like shooting at f1.4 if I can. And if I pull out a lens with the aperture ring on the outside and it's accidentally bumped to 5.6, then it might mess me up when I shoot. And so having that aperture lock is a really handy feature. I had so much fun shooting that styling session, and I love shooting it with the Sigma 85. The images from the photos and the videos were just tack sharp, even though the autofocus didn't really perform that well. I mean, when you're shooting at f1.4, that's kind of expected. Still, image quality was amazing. It is an art lens, so it is rugged and weather sealed, so that's nice. And this lens is more affordable than the Sony version. The Sigma 85 1.4 costs $11.99 US, and the Sony 85G Master lens costs $17.98. So quite a difference right there. And if you are a Sony shooter and you're looking for an 85mm 1.4 lens, then you gotta check out the Sigma 85 1.4 art lens. Big thanks to Sigma for sending me this lens to play with, and if you want to check it out for yourself, then link will be in the description below. Alright guys, well, I'm out of here. I know today's video was a little bit different, but I actually enjoyed shooting it. So if you want to see more stuff like it, then let me know in the comments below. But thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit the bell so that you get notified for upcoming videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.